Welcome to another episode of the CALIVEGAN podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about nutrition, protein, a bit of training, and what I'm doing to prepare to the calisthenics competition. And really how calisthenics changed my life. For the ones that are tuning in, remember that this is an interactive way of creating content, so I want you to ask questions so I can answer them. Let's go for the first set. So I've definitely lost strength when it comes to my push workout, and the reason has been the cause. The cause of my strength loss has actually been the handstand push-ups, because you probably see while I do the handstand push-ups, sometimes you do them with ease and you don't lose the balance. Other times the balance is shit, so you have to drop down, go back up. So it's very inconsistent the way in which you're going to be able to match a certain amount of volume. And my mistake has been following the flow of this inconsistency during the workout a little bit too much. And so what I'm doing right now, well, not really today because I've changed my workout a little bit, so I'm going to focus on freestanding handstand push-ups. But what I've changed now when it comes to doing the handstand push-ups is that if I see that I'm struggling with the balance and I'm making each repetition a little bit more difficult, so I'm not having those effective up and down repetitions, what I do is just going to the wall and matching the volume that I should be doing for that day. So drop questions, guy. Going for my next set, and I'll be back. Okay, literally based on this workout, I should actually go back into focusing on handstand push-ups before I go back to planche work, because I've definitely lost strength. Hey Stefano, can you suggest how much protein one needs if they're following a sedentary lifestyle with around 15-minute exercise? Well, you probably shouldn't worry at all about protein. Like, focus on eating a healthy diet, focusing on having fruits, lots of fruit throughout the day, three pieces of fruit, 2 portions of vegetables, couple of portions of nuts and seeds, couple of portions of grains, couple of portions of legumes as well. Make sure that you're eating enough calories, and you're good to go. You're going to naturally get enough protein. Here's the thing, I hope you're still online, Cart Kid. Why are you worried about protein? Like, tell me why you're so worried about protein, because it shows that really is some brainwashing going on. Because if you really look at it, protein deficiency isn't a thing. People is not protein deficient. There's no protein deficient people in the hospitals. That doesn't exist unless people is malnourished. They're actually not eating. Poor countries, stuff like that, they might suffer of protein deficiency, but it's because they don't eat food. They actually malnourished everything, and also protein. The other thing is that, like, it's not like that if you're doing everything else right, especially when it comes to training, if you're getting stronger within your workout, it's not like eating less protein is going to stop you from making strength and muscle progress. You're still going to make progress. So my question becomes, like, why are you asking that question, right? How much protein do I suggest? It's probably, I think, 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is a good place to start, and just stay as well. You could just stay there. It all depends from how you want to structure your diet. My point is that many people reduce the amount of, like, nuts and the fruits and vegetables to make space for seitan, fake meats and protein shakes. And I don't agree with that. I think the more whole food we have, the better. Alright, so next set, drop some questions. It's like saying my handstand push-up strength or my pushing strength has gone down because I'm not eating enough protein. And I'm sure some skeptical people that are so obsessed about protein and don't like my suggestions when it comes to protein, they will come and point at the fact that, you see, you're not eating enough protein, that's why you have lost some strength in the handstand push-up. But the reality is, it's not. That's not the case. I've lost some strength because, again, I was allowing the inconsistency in the repetition of the handstand push-ups goes to the balance that, you know, that it's also always a factor when you're doing handstand push-ups, and can make the repetition easier or more difficult, more or less effective, because if you're struggling with the balance, you're probably wasting energy that you should be focused on actual strength, you know, and the pushing movement. And so I was letting it going in whatever way it was doing, and as a consequence, over time I was doing less repetitions, and that's why I lost strength. But I'm not going to let it happen again. Do we have questions? Drop some questions, guys. So Kartkit said, I'm not worried about protein, but I wanna know all about protein to reply the people with eat animals for protein. I acknowledge your idea that having exercise and the will is more important. Thank you. But here's the thing, people, when they talk about veganism, they also make this mistake that they want to make points about nutrition. And, you know, it often becomes a conversation without a real good foundation, because neither you or the person you're talking to are informed people, not nutritionists, not scientists, or anything like that. So you can start exchanging opinion and personal knowledge as well, which is important. But at the end of the day, you know, to go vegan, you gotta be motivated from the ethics, and also perhaps, you know, the protein thing. It's impossible to kind of debunk, because, you know, everyone is obsessed with this high protein intake. Because the actual solution to this protein conversation and telling people what's right, it would be actually stop worrying about protein. It's not important to eat more protein. Simply is not. I'm gonna do one more set. Now, with that said, I'm not against saying that increasing the protein intake is going to optimize results, but people confuses optimization with needs, right? Optimizing is optimizing. So optimizing means 1% better, and you understand that if you're a normal person, not an elite athlete, that 1% is absolutely useless, because before you get to your 100% genetic potential, you got so much shit to do, and it's so useless to focus on that 1%. Also, higher protein intake, that doesn't really, you know, show a direct benefit on performance. It's just like there is a higher protein synthesis going on, which will speed up, I guess, the repairing, the recovering of the of the soft tissues, but it's just a detail, that you can consider. But here's the thing. I'm having this conversation often with people about telling me about studies, how you cannot, science doesn't care about your emotions and stuff. But first of all, I have basic science knowledge. I follow it and I consider it. But again, first of all, people is confused between what optimization means and what the needs are. Just two completely different things. And when science and fitness influencer and expert, they say, 1.6 gram protein, and then some idiot say 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, they're telling you how to optimize. Again, optimization is not what's needed, and optimization could be as little as 1% of optimization, which is not a big deal. Last set. Let's do it. We need to change office. So yeah, again, I consider science. This is what science says. But science is not perfect. In fact, even Biolane is a scientist who focuses a lot on protein. Like he got his degree, or he made his PhD about protein, right? But I heard from him as well that like a good way of seeing if a study works is applying it to real life. What am I saying? It's not that my personal experience is the golden nuggets. Listen to me, don't listen to science. No, it's that you have to consider everything. That's important, what personal experience and someone that has been working with clients. And from my experience, reducing the amount of protein doesn't change shit when it comes to increasing muscle growth and strength. Right? When I was non-vegan, I was eating probably 200 grams of protein per day. I went vegan. For a little time I was taking protein shakes to increase the amount of protein, and then I said, you know what? I want to do things more natural and just eat real food, and I was eating nutritional yeast on both of my meals just to increase the protein intake. And then I said, why? Like let's have seeds that actually have good fats instead of these processed weird food, which I still eat, but I eat it for taste. I don't like eat it lunch and dinner just because I want to increase my protein intake. It doesn't make sense anymore to me. And so I started to care less and less about protein, and I noticed that nothing changed. I mean, it's not nothing changed. I keep making progress. So my clients the same. I don't suggest my clients to have protein powders. They eat whole plant food. Some of them they preferred to have a more raw vegan diet or more fruit-based diet. So they actually have a lot less protein, and they still got results. Why? Tell me why, okay? Tell me why my clients and me are getting results with the lower than the protein narrative is trying to tell us. Okay, so why I am building muscle and my clients are building muscle without caring too much about protein. Why do you think is that? And 20. I'm going to keep 3 minutes rest just because so I can talk. Did you tell me why? Let's see. Thank you, Bert. Yeah, I think you're right. Protein is highly overrated. Big time. No, I don't live in Italy. I want to see the answer to my questions. Why me and my clients build muscle without overstressing about protein? No one answered. I guess you don't know, but I tell you why. Because of training. Because you get stronger. We make progress week after week. And muscles and all systems in the body, all systems in the body follow the said principle. Specific adaptation to impose demands. Nowhere it says protein. Specific adaptation to impose demand. What's the demand? The training you're doing. So now, if you're not getting stronger, look at nutrition. I think this should be the order. Obviously, nutrition is important if you want to look lean. If you don't look at your calories, you're not going to have that muscle definition that you want. By the way, as always, I forget to do the most important part. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you want me to talk about in this podcast, as well as tell me if you've learned something. What's the best part of the podcast? And if you watch me, and if you want to interact with me, just come to my Instagram, Stefano Vegan Calisthenics. I do these lives every day around 11:30. No, every day, Monday and Tuesday, all the time, 11:30 a.m. And if you're watching on Instagram, leave a comment, make questions, tell me what's the best part of the podcast, and if you have some questions about it. For the ones that are live now, just drop some questions. And another 20. That's good. So protein, since we're talking about protein, let's continue. You guys love this. So some people would say that as you're losing fat, eating more protein might help because it's been shown to help prevent muscle loss during a caloric deficit. Now, all these studies that they do about protein and the benefits of protein for lean mass and muscles, they are all related. They're all sided with resistance training, so with strength training, right? So they take a group of people, they usually put someone in a lower protein, someone high protein, and they go through a training plan, and they usually find that more protein has some benefits in preserving lean mass or muscle growth. But still, training is the number one factor. You still make progress because training is there, it's present, you're getting stronger. Again, higher protein intake, it might only be a small benefit. Optimization is not what you need. And actually, I think that when you are in a caloric deficit, it makes even less sense to eat protein shakes and fake meat at the cost of fruit, especially fruit, at the cost of fruit, just because, or nuts, just because you have to preserve muscle mass and eat more protein. I think it's better when you are on a caloric deficit to eat more fruits, making sure that you're getting the micronutrients that you need rather than protein. Okay? Keep training, keep getting stronger, which, by the way, if you're a beginner, you're likely going to be getting stronger while you're on deficit. For someone like me, if I'm on a deficit, it's going to be difficult to get stronger, but by the way, it's actually not true, because I've been doing a deficit lately and I prepare for the competition and everything. So the focus is getting stronger, and you will preserve your lean muscle as you do a deficit because you are training and you're making progress within your workout. You don't need to stress about protein. And in this case, I would say it's even more important not to stress about protein, because as you are in a caloric deficit, if you're in a caloric deficit, you are restricting the amount of calories that you can have. You need to restrict the amount of food. So it's more important to have fruits that's going to give you vitamin, fibers, and energies, carbohydrate, instead of increasing the protein that might have less micronutrients, especially we're talking, and fibers, especially we're talking about processed protein sources. Okay? And it's going to make you feel less full. Does it make sense? Let me know. So we've done 20, 20, 17. Do one more set. Often going back to the study thing, And again, I don't want you guys to think that I'm some kind of conspiracy theorist, that all the studies out there are bullshit or something. Just want to give you different perspective, because genetics is a factor. Your genetics potential are a factor. So how do we necessarily know what are the genetics of those people getting into these studies for protein? Oftentimes when they do these studies about protein, they take untrained individuals, so it's obviously they're going to make huge progress within a short period of time. And other things to consider when they do studies are usually like 3 months time, 2 months time. It's not a lifetime time. So just want to say, I think that they pump up the importance sometimes of the studies, and you often have biased people, biased experts that just want to push their own narrative for X, Y, and Z reasons. Why did I take days off? I don't know. I'm just saying eat a good balanced diet and don't worry about protein. Get stronger over time, and you will see that protein is not an issue. Maybe one day you will become an elite athlete, and you want to make sure that everything is optimized, even though you're not sure about it. You just want to make sure that everything is super optimized, and just then do it if you want, right? But until then, focus more on a healthy approach to diet that includes fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, seeds, this stuff, and get stronger within your training. Have the physical activity, right? And you see, no problem at all. You get results, you be healthy, you feel good, right? And you can go and do your blood tests to see if you're actually missing something, but you'll see that you won't. What are we doing today, brother? So we're at the end almost. Someone is cuddling there. Alright, so today we did. So before I start this, because now I'm going to do an EMOM. So I think I'll do 10 diamond push-ups every minute and see how it goes. But I'm changing my workout, so I really stopped focusing now on my kind of strength calisthenics goals, which are one arm pull-ups and and planche. So I stopped focusing on that, and I'm focusing more on more basic exercises and building up endurance for the calisthenics competition that I have in end of April or May. I don't remember. So that's what I'm doing. So today I did 5 sets of handstand push-ups, and then I did 4 sets of ring dips. Tried to do 4 sets of 20. So endurance really starts after 15, but you can play with the numbers in different ways. However, that was my goal, focusing on the 1 set with high repetitions. And now I'm doing an EMOM, so 10 diamond push-ups every minute for 10 minutes. I'll try that. And so to your question, that was a good question actually. Do diamond push-ups target more the tricep? So my approach to calisthenics never has this view of how I'm targeting the muscle, okay? I have a variety of exercises and I focus more on hitting the horizontal and vertical plane, right? Both for push and for pulling. And then the variations of the exercises, they're really chosen based on their intensity, right? So the reason why now I'm doing diamond push-ups instead of normal push-ups is just because normal push-up might be a little bit too easy for me and for the EMOM, and so I'm doing the diamond. That's why I'm doing it like that. But you know what? Now that I think of it, I'm training for the competition, so diamond push-ups are not part of the competition actually. So I'm going to do normal push-ups, and if I feel that 10 is too easy, I'm just going to do more. Right? No time to talk now. Enjoy the EMOM. Maybe I can put some music. Looks easy for now, but I think as we move towards the 10th set, it's going to get more difficult. It's a good way to progress though. Just keeping the EMOM of 10 minutes, and over the weeks trying to increase the amount of repetitions. I suggest my clients do as a last finisher endurance set is doing a pyramid of an easy exercise, 1 to 10. So you start with 1 rep, you rest 2 reps, rest 3 reps, rest up to 10. Alright. It's pretty easy. I think the diamond push-ups would have been too difficult. My girlfriend is laughing at me. Why?
Porque es muy divertido.
She says I'm funny. Nina, come in the line. Count the reps. I do find it more boring to work out endurance, to be honest. It's more repetitive. But you know, this is what I got to do if I want to do better in the next competition, so we will do that. You can use these imam as a finisher in your push workouts. But I would use it only as a finisher, you know, not as first, not in between your workout, just as something at the end to really finish your muscles. And you can do as little as 5 and as high as 15 repetitions. If push-ups are too difficult, you can do them on the knees as well. going to burn tonight at kickboxing. Just having to stay with your hands up is very tiring for the shoulders. And when I have already made them tired during the workout, usually it makes the kickboxing training more difficult. So this is easy. So I think I should go for 15 reps for the last 3 sets. Or 13. 13 is good. In the competition, it's 30 push-ups in a row. Those 2 extra reps were killer. Killer! This is my girlfriend eating carrot and hummus in front of me, and she's making me hungry. And she's making me hungry, not angry. I want to eat some food. Right, last set. Let's call it 20 push-ups for the last set. No time limit. Only 2. Done for today. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Instagram, like, comment. What was your favorite part of the podcast? And come to my lives. Monday, Tuesday, 12 p.m. I'll be doing this training plus live, telling you how to get fit and strong as a vegan and answering your questions. See you in the next one.